Sometimes when a woman looks in the mirror, she sees not only the lines on her face, but also the silent burdens she has carried through the years. The touch of time often leaves its mark not on the surface, but on the most fragile part of a person. And as a woman neglects herself, those marks grow, become more pronounced, and deepen. Yet youth is not just a matter of appearance, but of the compassion one shows oneself. The moment you decide to turn back to yourself, it's not age but habits that begin to change. Because youth is not the result of the light in the mirror, but of regulating the rhythm of the soul. A morning awakened by cold water, cells revitalized by water, tissues stretched by omega-3, and rising from where you lie, saying, "I'm still here," rejuvenate the skin along an invisible line. When a woman touches herself, she actually touches her life. As she values herself, her face changes. That's why establishing a safe rhythm of transformation is the truest way to lighten the shadows left by the years. That's exactly why I want you to write, "I'm calling back my youth," in the comments. Because this sentence leaves a word in the mind, and that word quietly lays the first brick of change. Now take a deep breath, because this video is not just about skincare. It's the beginning of your return to yourself. If you're ready, let's begin. 1. Dim the night lights, transition into deep sleep, and accelerate repair. Contrary to what most people think, dimming the night lights is not just a small preparation for sleeping better. This behavior is one of the most fundamental biological keys that unlocks cellular rejuvenation. The human eye resets the body's clock by transmitting the color and intensity of light it is exposed to throughout the day to the brain's center. This determines the rate at which melatonin production begins, the stages of transition into deep sleep, and how efficiently cell repair occurs. When light decreases, the pineal gland in the brain releases a natural rhythm of hormones that slow down aging. When this rhythm is disrupted, the body accumulates stress and fatigue rather than youthfulness. Exposure to bright light in the early hours of the night stimulates the nervous system during the most critical phase of falling asleep, sending a still daytime signal. This delays the renewal process that should occur in the lower layers of the skin. A dim environment, however, reduces the amount of light perceived even behind closed eyelids, sending the message, "It's time for repair," to the brain. This message not only initiates sleep, but also enables the synthesis, repair, and toxin elimination cycles that cells perform silently inside to function in the correct sequence. Since deep sleep is the heart of this cycle, reducing light invisibly and masterfully enhances the anti-aging effect. When the deep sleep phase is reached on time, the body not only rests, it initiates the collagen repair cycle, increases the production of new cells, and systematically cleanses the micro-damage that occurs in the skin throughout the day. As light is reduced, falling into these deep stages becomes easier. Because the nervous system relaxes and the heart rate naturally slows to night mode. This manifests as less puffiness in the morning face, a calmer facial expression, and a brighter skin tone. Moreover, sleep taken in the right dark environment even balances the distribution of melanin, which evens out skin tone. And the quietest but most powerful aspect of all this is this. Reducing nighttime light is one of the cheapest, most accessible, and most effective interventions to initiate the rejuvenation process. There is no need for technology, expensive creams, or complex protocols. It is enough to respect the brain's amazing timing mechanism. Every night you dim the lights, you give your body the courage to say, "It's time to renew you." Over time, this small ritual translates into softened lines on your face, a more rested look, and that fresh glow appearing in the morning mirror. By the way, I know this is at least the second video you've watched on my channel, and it really upsets me that you're still not subscribed, because seeing you here moving forward together on this journey is very valuable to me. If you subscribe, you'll be supporting me in the strongest way possible, and we won't lose touch with each other. 2. Take magnesium supplements, rejuvenate your muscles, and sleep. Taking magnesium supplements is one of the most powerful biological keys in the journey of rejuvenation that most women don't realize. This is because magnesium manages 3 fundamental processes in the body: muscle relaxation, calming the nervous system, and transitioning to quality sleep. No matter how much stress a woman experiences throughout the day, if her magnesium levels are sufficient in the evening, her nervous system softens again. This softening creates a noticeable relaxation even in the facial muscles. When the muscles relax, the tension lines formed during the day fade, the pressure on the jawline decreases, and the overall expression of the face takes on a more youthful tone. One of magnesium's most powerful effects on youthfulness is that it prolongs deep sleep phases. This is because magnesium sends a slow down now message to the brain by supporting GABA receptors. This message increases the speed of falling asleep and improves sleep quality. Quality sleep is not just about resting. It is a biological laboratory where cellular repair, collagen renewal, and micro damage to the skin are repaired. Magnesium turns on the lights in this laboratory, puts the cycle on track, and multiplies the benefits of sleep. It's no coincidence that the eye area is less puffy and the skin looks less dull in the morning. These are the silent gifts magnesium gives from night to morning. By supporting the sleep cycle, it targets morning fatigue, one of the biggest youth concerns for women. A body that still feels tired upon waking keeps cortisol, the stress hormone, at high levels throughout the day. High cortisol accelerates collagen breakdown, thins the skin, and creates a harsh expression on the face. A magnesium-supported night breaks this vicious cycle because it allows the body to truly rest and repair itself throughout the night. This means a brighter gaze, softer facial contours, and a lighter expression in the morning. Ultimately, magnesium supplementation is like a hidden infrastructure investment that reverses aging. No one sees it, no one notices it, but its effect strengthens the entire system. Relaxation of the muscles rejuvenates facial expression, improved sleep quality accelerates cell renewal, and reduced inflammation makes the skin calmer and brighter. When a woman adds magnesium to her life, she is not just taking a mineral, she is sending her body the message, "I am protecting my youth from within." Over time, this message becomes evident in the face she sees in the mirror. 3. Be gentle with the eye area. Silently erase the years of fatigue. Being gentle around the eyes means slowing down the passage of time in the area where aging is most quickly visible. This is because the eye area contains the thinnest, most fragile, and most sensitive layer of skin. Even the slightest pressure or friction here can be the silent beginning of lines that will deepen in the future. When a woman hastily removes her makeup, roughly dries her face, or pulls at her eyelids, she is not just performing that momentary action, she is leaving a mark on the skin's memory. Gentleness is like an invisible hand that protects this memory. The gentler you are, the longer your skin will retain its youthfulness. When the eye area receives gentle care, blood circulation is balanced, lymph flow accelerates, and morning puffiness resolves at its own natural pace. Many women think that dark circles or bags under the eyes are caused solely by lack of sleep. However, the underlying cause is often a slowdown in microcirculation. A massage with light touches awakens this area and increases oxygenation of the tissues. This oxygenation brings both color and freshness to the skin. The eye area responds to the right touch like a flower opening up to the morning sun. The sleepy, tired, and dull appearance gives way to a clearer expression. Furthermore, treating the eye area gently also brings about psychological rejuvenation, because when a woman learns to protect the most sensitive area of her face, her approach to herself also changes. This simple ritual is the smallest but most effective sign of the "I am valuable" message materializing in daily life. A woman who touches her own face with respect becomes more emotionally balanced. The stress hormone cortisol decreases, which also reduces inflammation in the skin. As a result, inner and outer youth become a mutually reinforcing cycle. The eye area is where fatigue accumulates the fastest, but it is also the area that opens up the fastest with the right touch. Treating it gently is like lightly lifting the shadows left by the years. It is a ritual that is unhurried, patient, but has a great effect. In the long term, this ritual not only reduces lines, but also brings clarity and brightness to the eyes. Because the eyes are not where the skin is, but where the soul is reflected. When treated gently, the traces of the past fade and the future of the face appears brighter. 4. Eat a protein-rich breakfast. Support collagen production. Eating a protein-rich breakfast is like starting the body's youth program in the early hours of the day, because the most invisible but most decisive aspect of the aging cycle is the speed of cell repair. Quality protein consumed in the morning ensures that amino acids are regularly mixed into the bloodstream, and these amino acids act as the silent workers of collagen synthesis. Since collagen is the fundamental fiber that determines skin firmness, a protein-rich morning not only provides energy, but also helps the skin remain more resilient, vibrant, and flexible throughout the day. Therefore, many women fail to realize that when they underestimate the importance of breakfast, they are actually missing out on one of the most strategic hours of youth. One of the most important effects of a protein-rich breakfast is that it keeps blood sugar stable. This is because irregular sugar fluctuations trigger a process in the skin called glycation, which hardens collagen fibers and causes lines to set in faster. On the other hand, a body that starts the morning with stable blood sugar levels not only provides stronger focus, but also functions with lower inflammation levels. This low inflammation directly contributes to a reduction in redness, dullness, and uneven texture in the skin. When a woman starts her morning right, her skin actually suffers much less damage throughout the day. This is also one reason why, because muscles are the carriers of youth, and the skin is its reflection. Eating protein for breakfast also prolongs the feeling of fullness and reduces the need for snacking throughout the day. This is a great advantage not only for weight control, but also for reducing the skin's inflammation load, because frequent consumption of processed foods causes swelling, sensitivity, and oil imbalance in the skin. A protein-based morning routine, on the other hand, balances appetite and brings the skin to a more stable metabolic state from within. This translates to clearer skin texture, a calmer facial expression, and a more balanced skin tone in the long run. And perhaps best of all, such a breakfast habit gives a woman a rhythm that truly values herself. When she treats herself well in the morning, she makes more conscious choices for the rest of the day, demonstrating that rejuvenation is not only biological, but also mental. When you apply this tip, I recommend watching the entire video to understand how your body changes, how your skin calms down, and how your energy balances out. Because other habits also form a powerful chain that completes this rhythm. 5. Manage stress. Stop cortisol from fighting your skin. Managing stress is not just a matter of achieving emotional balance. It is a biochemical decision that directly determines the rate of cellular aging. This is because stress raises the hormone cortisol, which puts the body into danger mode and directs all energy towards defense in this mode. When cortisol remains high for long periods, the skin silences its own youth mechanisms, collagen production slows, elastic fibers weaken, and the skin barrier becomes more easily damaged. Therefore, stress changes not only facial expression, but also the future of the face. Managing stress is the most powerful way to stop this invisible attack. When cortisol drops, sleep quality also improves because the nervous system enters shutdown mode more quickly. Quality sleep is the most critical part of the skin's nighttime repair cycle. A stressed body struggles to fall asleep or sleeps superficially, shortening the skin's nighttime repair time. When you start managing stress, not only does your sleep change, but so does your skin in the morning. Your under-eye bags appear less puffy, your skin looks more vibrant, and your facial expression has a rested softness. This is one of the most visible and fastest effects of stress management. Ultimately, stress management is one of the quietest but most powerful habits that delay aging. Every second cortisol fights your skin. It compromises your skin's ability to renew itself. But when stress is under control, this fight stops and your body returns to its youthful mode. Your skin gains a more resilient, balanced, and radiant appearance. As your mind calms down, your face calms down too. This parallelism creates one of the most natural signs of youth. Because peace truly changes your skin's chemistry. 6. Drink water regularly. Instantly eliminate skin dullness. Drinking water regularly is one of the simplest yet most radical habits that brings out the skin's youthful glow. Because water is the silent engine of all biological processes in which cells function. One of the main causes of dull skin is that cells cannot retain sufficient moisture and therefore cannot reflect light properly. When you drink water, the internal pressure of the cells increases and the skin surface appears tighter, brighter, and more vibrant. That's why the dull image a woman sees in the mirror in the morning is often just dehydration. Even a few glasses of water can change the shape and tone of the face at an astonishing speed. Water gives the skin an inner radiance that no externally applied product can provide on its own. Hydration is not just an aesthetic issue. Water is the fundamental tool that activates the skin's detoxification mechanism. When the body has enough water, the kidneys work more efficiently, toxins are eliminated faster, and waste products accumulated in the tissues reduce skin discoloration. This is why women who drink water regularly have brighter and more even skin tones. Water not only brightens the skin, it also gives it a cleaner, healthier, and more homogeneous appearance. This is the fundamental reason behind the face reflecting light better. The cells are clean, the tissues are organized. As a result, drinking water regularly is the simplest yet most powerful ritual for delaying aging. All processes that make the skin look dull, oxygen deficiency, slow circulation, barrier weakness, toxin buildup, begin to resolve with water. The face appears brighter, more energetic, and younger because water is not just hydration, it is one of the cell's most fundamental needs for life. When a woman starts drinking water regularly, her skin sends her a thank you sign within the same day. A slight glow, a clearer expression, and a more peaceful complexion. 7. Wash your face with cold water in the morning. Accelerate your skin's awakening. Washing your face with cold water in the morning is one of the simplest biological signals that accelerates the skin's first step into the day and puts cells into wake-up mode. Cold water instantly constricts the surface blood vessels, causing blood to flow intensely to the face again. This sudden increase in circulation helps oxygen and nutrients reach skin cells faster. This process not only revitalizes the face, it also helps quickly resolve problems such as puffiness, dullness, and a tired expression that the skin experiences in the morning. Cold water is the fastest signal for the skin to receive the "day has begun" command and respond quickly. When the face comes into contact with cold water, it stimulates nerve endings and increases microcirculation, which makes the skin tone more balanced and brighter. This is why delicate tissues, especially around the eyes, recover easily. Cold water reduces vascular permeability and resolves fluid buildup. This effect is particularly noticeable in the morning after sleepless nights or stressful periods. The face instantly looks more vibrant, gaining a freshness as if you had slept a few more hours. This revitalizing effect of cold water combines with a natural feeling of energy and lightness. The stimulating effect of cold water is not limited to the skin. It also plays a regulatory role on the nervous system. Cold water activates the vagus nerve, reducing the body's stress response and clearing the mind. This effect is indirectly reflected in the skin as well, because a calmed nervous system reduces cortisol production, lowers inflammation levels, and helps the skin become less tense. Therefore, washing your face with cold water becomes a two-way ritual of youth that awakens both the body and the skin at the same time. When the skin calms down, the expression softens, and a softened expression brings youthfulness with it. As a result, washing your face with cold water in the morning is a natural energy boost that accelerates the skin's awakening. It increases radiance, reduces puffiness, tightens the appearance of pores, and protects the barrier. This small but powerful action is a fundamental starting point that determines how the skin will look for the rest of the day. This awakening with cold water prepares not only the face, but also the mind for the day ahead, proving itself anew each morning as one of the simplest yet most effective signs of youth. 8. Exfoliate regularly. Give your skin a fresh start. Regular exfoliation is a renewal rhythm that gently removes the old layer of cells that the skin cannot shed on its own, revealing the fresh tissue beneath the face to the light of day. Over time, dead cells that accumulate on the skin's surface block the reflection of light. This blockage appears as dullness, roughness, and uneven tone. Exfoliation lifts this veil from the skin, allowing light to flow freely once more. The cleansed surface appears brighter and feels smoother to the touch. Many women consider exfoliation merely a skincare step. However, it is a fundamental step that restarts the skin's youth cycle. When peeling is applied, microcirculation on the skin's surface accelerates, allowing oxygen to reach the tissues more easily. Oxygenated skin not only looks healthier, but also responds with a more balanced tone. Dullness gives way to a fresh pinkish hue, and fatigue is replaced by a more vibrant tone. This change occurs through the stimulation of the skin's own renewal mechanism. In other words, peeling does not impose a foreign effect on the skin, but rather restores its natural rhythm. Therefore, regularity is the strongest aspect of peeling. Each repetition refreshes the skin one step further. As a result, regular peeling offers the skin not just cleansing, but a true rhythm of renewal. A brighter, softer, more breathable complexion is the natural outcome of this rhythm. If you want to see how the difference in your skin becomes noticeable within a few weeks after incorporating this habit into your skincare routine, applying it as part of a comprehensive regimen will yield even more powerful results. Because the secret to youth lies not in a single step, but in the harmony of steps. 9. Add light exercise. Give your metabolism a youthful rhythm. Adding light exercise is one of the most sustainable and elegant steps to reset your metabolism to a youthful rhythm. Because when the body is inactive, it loses not only muscle, but also its rate of renewal. As we age, our metabolism naturally slows down, and this slowdown affects many areas, from the radiance of our skin to our mood. Light exercise reverses this decline by reviving the body's internal rhythm. Even a few minutes of walking, a short stretching routine, or low-intensity movements at home send a wake-up signal to the cells. Youth often awaits such a simple wake-up call. These light movements accelerate blood circulation, allowing oxygen to reach cells more intensely. Oxygenated cells work more efficiently, repair faster, and produce higher energy. This is particularly noticeable in the skin, as increased oxygen flow to the skin results in a brighter tone and more vibrant texture. This is why light exercise, especially when done in the morning, leaves the skin with an inner glow. When the metabolism speeds up, not only the body but even the facial expression gains youthful energy. In addition, light exercise slows down the aging process by preserving muscle tissue. When muscles remain strong, the body's posture improves. The abdominal and waist areas tighten, the shoulders open up, and the supporting structures of the face work more evenly. A strong skeletal structure and flexible muscles reduce downward pressure on the face, which in the long term delays sagging. Modern research shows that when performed regularly, light exercise offers long-term youth benefits similar to those of intense training. The only difference is that the rhythm is gentler. In conclusion, light exercise is a fundamental habit that supports the body's natural renewal cycle, increases energy production, and enhances the skin's youthful appearance. As this rhythm is sustained, the metabolism renews itself more easily, the skin looks fresher, and the body functions more evenly throughout the day. Youth sometimes arises not from major changes, but simply from breaking inactivity. Light exercise is the simplest yet most effective step to achieve this break. 10. Reduce sugar. Slow down the aging of your cells. Reducing sugar is one of the most effective biological decisions you can make to slow down cellular aging, because sugar exerts a silent but destructive pressure on collagen and elastin, the youth fibers of the skin. In a process called glycation, excess sugar molecules bind to these fibers and harden them. This hardening causes lines to form faster, the skin to appear duller, and the tissue to lose its elasticity. A woman often attributes the cause of fatigue on her face to lack of sleep. However, high sugar consumption is often behind that tired expression. When sugar is reduced, oxidative stress on cells decreases and the skin returns to a calmer, fresher rhythm. Sugar also increases inflammation in the body, which manifests itself in the skin as redness, sensitivity, unbalanced sebum production, and a dull tone. Chronic inflammation is one of the most invisible yet most effective factors that accelerate aging because it slows down the cell's own renewal rate. When sugar is reduced, this inflammatory pressure eases and skin tissues begin to function more regularly. This can first be seen in the skin as tone evenness, a clearer appearance, and a more balanced surface texture. This is exactly what it means for the skin to start breathing. Sugar also indirectly affects skin health by impacting the gut flora, as the gut-skin axis plays a critical role in youthfulness in modern dermatology. Excess sugar leads to a decrease in beneficial bacteria and an increase in harmful bacteria, which both heightens inflammation and triggers skin issues such as acne, redness, and dullness. When sugar is reduced, gut balance begins to be restored, and this balance creates a calmer, more stable appearance on the skin. Youthfulness is often the result of this microscopic order within. As a result, reducing sugar is the fastest and most fundamental youth support that can be given to the skin. It has a wide range of effects, from protecting collagen fibers to lightening the metabolism, reducing inflammation, and improving hormonal balance. The skin not only looks brighter and smoother, the overall expression of the face also lightens, as if it has shed the weight it has carried for years. Therefore, reducing sugar consumption is a powerful habit that improves both the visible and invisible aspects of youth at the same time. 11. Keep your skin hydrated. Prevent wrinkles from setting in. Keeping your skin hydrated is the strongest defense against the most visible signs of aging, because when the skin is dehydrated, not only does dryness occur, but the volume of cells decreases, surface tension is lost, and fine lines set in much more quickly. Moisture acts like a volumetric filler that supports the internal structure of cells. When cells have enough water, the skin appears plumper, more elastic, and brighter. This plumpness delays the deepening of wrinkles and preserves the face's youthful form. When a woman neglects moisture, her skin becomes dull in seconds. When she restores moisture, it revives just as quickly. Moisture is one of the most critical elements in maintaining the integrity of the skin barrier. When the barrier is strong, the skin is protected against external factors and moisture loss is minimized. However, when the barrier weakens, external factors such as weather conditions, air conditioning, sun, and pollution can damage the skin much more easily. This damage accelerates the formation of wrinkles by creating micro cracks and sensitivity over time. Regularly moisturizing the skin is like a process that repairs and reseals this barrier, making the skin appear calmer and more resistant to aging. The ideal environment for wrinkles to form is dry skin with a weakened barrier. Therefore, moisturizing does more than just provide immediate comfort. It serves as a biological strategy to prevent wrinkles before they even form. Lines appear later on moisturized skin, and even if they do form, they remain more superficial and soften easily over time. This is why dermatologists always prioritize hydration in anti-aging routines. Because for all other products to be effective, the skin must first have a structure that retains water. Hydration is the foundation of everything. Ultimately, keeping the skin hydrated is a multifaceted investment that preserves a youthful appearance in the long term. It supports cells, strengthens the barrier, regulates light, softens texture, and prevents wrinkles from becoming permanent. With moisture, the skin not only looks better, it becomes healthier, more resilient, and more balanced. The real secret behind a youthful face is often not expensive products, but a consistent and conscious moisturizing routine. 12. Take omega-3. Ensure skin elasticity. Taking omega-3 is one of the most fundamental biological supports for maintaining skin elasticity, as these fatty acids are critical molecules that directly affect the flexibility, permeability, and resilience of cell membranes. When skin cells lose elasticity, tissue sags, facial contours droop, and lines settle more quickly. Omega-3, however, supports the skin's youthful form from within by restoring the flexibility of the cell membrane. This effect cannot be fully replicated by any externally applied product, because elasticity begins at the cellular level. When a woman takes omega-3, she notices it most in the feeling of firmness on her face. Omega-3 reduces inflammation in the skin, helping elastic fibers stay healthier. Inflammation is one of the most invisible yet most damaging processes of aging, because it both weakens collagen fibers and causes the breakdown of elastin structure. This breakdown leads to the face sagging more quickly, cheeks losing volume, and skin tissue wrinkling more easily. Regular intake of omega-3 significantly reduces this inflammatory pressure and helps the skin remain supple for longer. Thus, aging is not only delayed, its effects are also milder. Omega-3 also strengthens the skin's natural oil barrier, allowing moisture to be retained for longer. Moisture loss is a critical factor in the decline of elasticity. Dehydrated skin wrinkles faster, stretches more easily, and takes longer to return to its original form. Omega-3 repairs this barrier from within. increasing the skin's water retention capacity. This makes the skin appear plumper and gives it a more resilient structure against external factors. As plumpness increases, the tired appearance of the face diminishes, and the skin approaches the slightly taut texture of youth. Improved blood circulation is another important benefit of omega-3. These fatty acids increase vascular elasticity, allowing oxygen to be transported to tissues more easily. Oxygenated skin not only looks healthier, but also renews itself faster, becomes brighter, and achieves a more balanced tone. When women who take omega-3 say, "My face looks more vibrant," it is actually due to this circulation effect. This is because elasticity is not just a matter of tissue, it also has to do with how well the cells are nourished. Omega-3 also indirectly contributes to maintaining skin elasticity by supporting hormonal balance. Hormonal fluctuations, especially in women, can lead to problems such as oil imbalance, dryness, irritation, and loss of elastin in the skin. The balancing effect of omega-3 alleviates the pressure these fluctuations exert on the skin. A more stable hormone profile means less stress and wear on the skin. This ensures long-term preservation of elasticity and gives the skin a more youthful appearance. In conclusion, omega-3 not only supports skin elasticity, it virtually secures it from within. It strengthens cell membranes, protects collagen, supports elastin, reduces inflammation, and improves circulation. Thus, the face becomes more resistant to the effects of time. Cheeks appear fuller, lines appear later, and the overall shape of the face remains younger. With this support coming from within rather than from the outside, the skin gains true flexibility. The secret to youth lies not in major changes, but in these small yet profoundly effective habits, repeated quietly every day. A morning that begins with cold water, well-nourished cells, a calm mind, a skin that breathes, and flexibility supported from within, all together transform into an invisible armor that lightens the weight of time. When a woman re-establishes her body's rhythm, she doesn't just look younger, she thinks more clearly, stands taller, and the light of the day reflects more evenly on her face. These 12 habits are pieces of a whole that soften the distance between your skin and the world, bringing the vitality within you to your face. The more you practice them, the stronger they become, and the stronger they become, the more they put you ahead of the years. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care of yourself, and see you in the next video. Remember, a woman is someone who has the power to change the world. Boldly forge your own path and savor every moment.